Hey everybody, my name is Ron Dimflemeyer. Welcome back to another edition of the FOGO Life. This week we're going to do something a little different. So when I go out to dinner, we go to a place called the Cheesecake Factory sometimes, and one of my absolute favorite things to order is their grilled artichokes. They're so good. They got this nice fiery flavor to them. They have a really good dipping sauce. So I've tried to figure out how I can duplicate them, and I think I've got it. We're gonna make these today. The first step is actually gonna be something completely different for us. We're not gonna grill them first. They are gonna be grilled eventually, but first we're gonna steam them. So I got my steamer pot going. I got these beautiful little baby artichokes that I got here, and we're gonna steam them first, and we're gonna put them in here. They're gonna steam for about, probably about 20 minutes or so, and then we're gonna stick them on the live, hot fire. So we wanna get a nice char on them, because that's where the flavor builds in, okay? So let me show you how to prep them. It's real simple. Our first step is you take the stems. You want to cut about 1 inch off of the bottom of the stem. Okay, so you have that. Next, just give it a little peel. Give it a little peel, clean it off. This will take all the hard, rough, like woody ends off of the stem, because believe it or not, this stem is edible. All right, I like to pull off the bottom leaves too. Now, this is a really important step. And if I have my tools, I'll show you. All right, all these artichokes, they have these little pointy leaves on them, okay? We're gonna cut the tips off of each of the leaves. It seems like it's gonna be time consuming, but it's not that bad. If you have some that started to turn brown, that's okay. That's not a problem. They're still very, very edible, still very flavorful. But you wanna cut all these tips off, because what it does is it allows the steam to get in there and really cook the artichoke nicely. The other thing we can do is when you get to a certain level here, you don't wanna have to go through all cutting the tips of these. You cut off the top of it. Right? And then what you want to do is push down on it, and it opens it up real nicely, and it opens up so like it flours. It allows that steam to get in there. It cooks a lot quicker and it cooks a lot better. All right. So like I said, we're going to do 7 of these or 8 of these now. So let's get to work on doing those. Okay, so we just finished up our last artichoke. Now that was fun. So what we're doing here is, I've got this on a burner here. It's a 2-section steamer pot. So we got water boiling in the bottom. This is gonna hold our artichokes, and we're gonna steam them for about a half an hour. So just gonna lay them in here. I like to try and put them face down in here. Now look at that, doesn't that look pretty? All right, so we're gonna cover these up, let that go for about 20 minutes. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna serve this with a nice lemon aioli. This lemon aioli is really simple, okay? So we're gonna zoom in on this so you can see what we're doing here. All right, first thing we're gonna start with, a half a cup of mayo. And now here we start the great mayo debate of 2020. Duke's, mayonnaise, Miracle Whip, Hellmann's, whatever, okay? So a half a cup of mayonnaise. Good, that's done. Next thing we're gonna use is 2 tablespoons of lemon. So what I like to do is I usually figure about 1 tablespoon for a half a lemon, all right? That's about 1. It's actually a pretty big tablespoon right there. So we'll just give a little bit more, all right? Luckily, these didn't have any pits, otherwise you do this and you can catch the pits here, but we don't need that. So a little bit of minced garlic. It calls for about a teaspoon. So we're gonna just chop up 2 garlics here. Because as I've said before, even if the recipe was to cook 1 clove of garlic, I'll still use 2 because it's never enough. So just give it a good mince. Okay, doesn't have to be super fine, but you want it so it's going to spread out through the dip. You want it to flavor this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make this, and we're going to let it set in the refrigerator for about a half an hour. We're going to just add a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, so just a little bit of salt. Now we've got our trusty pepper mill here. Now I'm going to go to a fine grate on the pepper. We don't want real super big pepper chunks in here. We just want a little bit to taste. So there we go. Okay. Then we just whisk it together. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna add a little bit of parsley to this. I think that'll be nice. So I'm gonna go inside and get my parsley, and we'll finish this up. All right, so I did get some parsley. So we're gonna put about a tablespoon of parsley. Just add some nice color, adds a little bit of freshness to it, adds some little flavor to it. Give it a nice chop. Scrape that up, stick that in there. All you gotta do is just mix it together. Make it look pretty. All right, so that, folks, is our lemon aioli for our artichokes. Now, let's go ahead and light the grill so that when these things come off and be done steaming, we have something to put them on. We want to cook them up. We're going to get a nice char on them. It's going to be so flavorful. We're going to dip them in this. Let's go. So as you can see, our artichokes are steaming away. So we want to get this fire nice and hot so that when they're done steaming, we can drop them right on a really hot grate, get some nice grill marks on those artichokes. So we're going to go ahead and use the FOGO Premium Charcoal. We're not going to use the Super Premium. We're going to use the regular Premium. You want to have a nice hot fire. Get it going pretty quickly here. Fill that baby up. Okay. Use our trusty FOGO starters. And give it some fire. Our next step is real simple. We're just going to spray them down. You want to oil them. So we're going to spray them down with some duck fat. I like duck fat spray. You can use regular oil if you want. You can use salt, pepper, you can use seasonings, whatever you want. We're going to use a little bit of Wassie's Meat Market Vintage Sunshine Rub this week. It goes great on vegetables. You don't have to overload it, just sprinkle it on a little bit. It's just for a little bit of extra flavor, all right? Like I said, salt and pepper is fine, but I like to add just a little bit of flavor. I find this particular seasoning is real good on vegetables, so it's one of my favorites, that's for sure. So we got that. We got the grill all fired up. The Mini Max is rolling nice and hot. We're going to put them on direct. We're just going to set them on for about a minute or two each side. Flip them. Check out that nice char marks. We're going to fill them with that nice lemon aioli that we made earlier. We're going to, that's how you eat them. You take each leaf and you just, like that, scrape it with your teeth. So I can't wait. Let's get them over to the grill. All right, before we put them on the grill, though, we want to make sure our grates are nice and oiled. That helps with the char marks. That helps with everything. So we're just going to dip a little bit of paper towel and a little bit of oil. Just rub our grates real good with it. Make sure it's nice and coated. We don't want them sticking. It's going to really help with those with the grill marks. All right. Make sure your grates are nice and clean before you do this, folks. Oh yeah, nice and hot. All right, so we're just going to put them on. We'll start with them face down. What do you think? Good idea? Now, again, remember, these things are already cooked. We don't have to cook them again. We're just looking to get a little bit of char, a little bit of grill marks, a little bit of grilled flavor on them. Okay, these have been on here about a minute or two already. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what we want to see. Nice char marks, nice grill marks. I'm gonna flip them over. Again, we're just looking to add some flavor here. We're not looking to recook these things. Okay, and there's our last one. Look at those. Are they beautiful or what? Look at a nice char on them. Now, look at those babies. Are they gorgeous or what? Nice and charred, beautifully cooked. Ah, yes, I can't wait. So don't forget, we've got this beautiful lemon aioli. It's really cooled down nice. We've had it in the fridge. Now you can serve this in a separate dish, whatever you want to do. What I like to do is take some of it, set it right in the center of each artichoke. Makes its own little dipping bowl. Built in. How much better does it get than that? Now, the way that we eat these is really simple. Remember I showed you before how easy it is to pull those leaves off? So what you're going to do is you just take it, pull an outside leaf off of it, give it a little dipperoo, and you want to scrape the leaf with your teeth. Oh man. Oh wow. I'll tell you what, that char mixed with the meat and that lemon aioli, that is just beautiful. And you can see they pull off real easy. So this is the meat here, okay, where you're looking. What you see is here is the meat, okay? But once you scrape it, like this, see, all that meat is gone. You don't get a lot in each bite, but each one is packed with flavor. Okay, so thanks for tuning in again this week. We really appreciate it. I hope that you've enjoyed it. They're simple to make and they're fun. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Hit like on this video, please, if you'd like it anyway. Remember to leave a comment. We'd love to hear what you want to see us make. I know what I want to make. I want to make what you want to see us make. So leave us a comment. Tell us what you'd like to see. We'll put it in rotation. We'll make sure we get to it, all right? Once again, thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a great week and see you next week on The FOGO Life.